Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the Frontline Changes Report for the past 24 hours. And the Frontline Changes is basically consolidated over in the Donetsk front, over in the Pokrovsk front, the Kurakhove sector, Uzbekistan sector, and the Velyka Novosilka sector. Basically, it's all over here. And so we're going to start off with the Lysivka. Over the Pokrovsk sector, or the Pokrovsk front, Russian forces has been geolocated south of Lysivka, and this means that the Russian forces are conducting some southern flanking operations to attack Lysivka from the south. And we have to understand that based on the Ukrainian mapping, the Russians have not actually have a very strong foothold other than this later part over in the eastern part of Lysivka. Although the Russians did say that they have all this area already, so no, so the Ukrainians may be correct, and the Russians are trying to find a new way to go around Lysivka. So this is a frontline change. The biggest distance is probably around 2.4 kilometers in terms of the distance captured by the Russian forces. According to the Ukrainians, they say that this attack has been repelled. So take it whichever way you want, and we go to move on to nearby over at Zofte. As I mentioned, my projections are correct. The Russians indeed is continuing to expand along the railway line. It's like eating noodles, right? Ramen. They just keep sipping in the railway line like a noodle, and they just keep going. So and there's a geolocation in the south of Zofte, meaning that the Russian forces have captured even more of Zofte. There is only a little bit of Zofte left. So it sounds like some kind of ice cream, So to finish your Zofte, Zofte is nice to eat. I prefer the caramel Zofte. No, not actually. I prefer chocolate Zofte. So anyway, this Zofte is now almost to capture, and the Russians are going to go along the railway line and hit Vorozhenia. So that's most likely that's going to be the case. In terms of distance travel, is the distance capture is around 1.25 kilometers. So let's see how they continue to play out. Very interesting. Pustinka, in this area here. So we move further south at Pushkine. The Ukrainian mapping have shown that the Russian forces have entered or reached the outskirts of Pushkine from the east, and they continue to assert that the geolocation is actually is irrelevant, because in terms of Ukrainian mapping, this is totally under Russian control. There is no Ukrainian presence over in the southwest of Yurievka. So that is the current situation in Pushkine. So and in the southernmost part of the Pokrovsk sector, Russian forces has expanded control in the north of Novodimitrivka, as well as in the southwest of Novodimitrivka. Russian forces also closed in on Zoria from the northeast, and the Ukrainian forces, if they are present, is near and circumvent over in the eastern part of Zoria or the western part of Novodimitrivka. So this is the Pokrovsk sector's frontline change. So we have at Lysivka, the frontline change over Lysivka, Zofte, Pushkine, and Novodimitrivka and Zoria. So these are the few frontline changes in the Pokrovsk sector. Moving further south into the Kurakhove sector, Russian forces seems to have captured the entrenchment west of Brzeski, and they are now going to go into the noodle. They are going to go into the noodle here, and the Ukrainian forces allegedly is still at the Dacha region in the north of Brzeski. But the chances of the Ukrainians going to hold a position over there is very, very low, as the Russian potentially could move on to Staryterny or head north and cut off retreat routes for the Ukrainian forces in the region. So this is the frontline change over the north of Kurakhivsky reservoir, and we move further south. The next frontline change, we jump to Rozliv. So over in this Rozliv and this Constantinople, Russian forces have expanded control in the southeast of Rozliv, as the Russian forces have continued to build on a strong foothold or a strong position for them to head for Rozliv, Zelenivka, or actually head north all the way to Constantinople. So this is the front line change in this area. The front line has now expanded to 3 kilometers width. So this is getting very strong right now for the Russian positions in this sector. As I mentioned before, this is a future target for the Russians, and as the Russians continue to head over here, this will collapse the entire front line. So this is actually pretty critical. And if we move on to Velyka Novosilka, so these are the last frontline changes. The Russian forces have straightened the front line along Velyka Novosilka, in the process also capturing the major ribbon shape entrenchment over in the eastern part of Velyka Novosilka. The Russians doesn't seem to be ready to storm Velyka Novosilka just yet. They are positioning and creating a better posture to attack Velyka Novosilka. And so we go into the area captured. So this is the total area captured, and as you can see, the Russian forces at the Pokrovsk front have not actually slowed down. They are still at almost 10 square kilometers captured, 9.57. And then the next is over at Uspenivka sector, because of this big expansion of the grounds in the southeast of Rosliev. And then we have minor updates in terms of front lines over in Kurakhove, as well as Velyka Novosilka. The Ukrainians did not have any captures over the past 24 hours. So this is the frontline changes report. Oh, I need to count the total though. I almost forgot. So let's count the total areas captured by the Russian forces. 9.57 plus 1.05 plus 4.79. Oops. Plus 1.38. So total area capture is 16.79. So 16.79, and you can see that this is massively lower than previous captures. And I did mention that as the Russians finish consuming all the abundant grounds by the Ukrainians, as they reach the Ukrainian lines, the captures are going to slow down, as the Russians going to face stiffer resistance from the Ukrainians, and they probably is most likely going to continue to advance, but it's going to be much slower. So anyway, thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe, and also the DPA channel, this main channel here, has finally acquired 90,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing, and hopefully we'll reach 100k soon and I can get a plug. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the so for those that haven't subscribed, sub, because 100k, another 10k very far away. And I'll see you guys in the next. I'm waiting for 8 minutes, actually, because I'm looking at the time, like 8 minutes I can put more advertisings in the center of the video. Yeah, and random note, I played football yesterday, and I injured my right leg badly. So I'm now half crippled. I'll see you guys in the next update.